Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the FIFA Flow podcast. Welcome to season 3, episode 47 of the podcast. Today, guys, we got a bit of a shorter podcast, but we're gonna have a lot of in-depth talking about the Champions League from this weekend, the first leg of the semi-finals. We're also going to be talking about the first leg of the semi-finals of the Europa League. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all. We're going to go in-depth about each team and hopefully each player as well. And then at the end of the video, we're going to be doing some footy tic-tac-toe. I think next episode will be on Sunday or Monday. We're going to be doing the games over the next 3-4 days, the weekend games, the league games, match day, whatever. I think 31 or 32 for some of the leagues out there, like Ligue 1, La Liga, and Premier League, of course. We're going to be talking about that from the games that are going to be happening this weekend, either Sunday or Monday. I said, guys, I think for last week and the week before, I did not do any weekend games, match day games, and that's because, man, I've been so busy. I have math tests, chemistry, I have like a geography test, I have like so much stuff. It's like about 2 more months of grade 12 left, guys. It's like I'm going to post-secondary. Gonna be pretty crazy, but like 2 months left. All the tests are coming in, all the final stuff are coming in, so I have to like push in the final third of the final bit of the of school, where all the challenges, all the hard effort, the final tests come in. So I have to really focus on that. So sorry if I haven't really been doing any league match day games over the weekends. But yeah, I think next weekend we will for sure do a match day episode, either Sunday or Monday. But yeah, today it's going to be a bit of a shorter one. We're just going to be talking about Champions League and Europa League. And guys, before we get into it, I just want to thank you everyone for 47 subscribers. Guys, I think it was only like, I think it was this episode 10 days ago, but like 2 and a bit weeks ago, or 1 and a bit weeks ago, we were at like 43 subscribers, 4 subscribers, 47. We're almost at 50 subscribers. Thank you so much. Let's see, by the end of graduation, will we get by the end of June, will we get 50 subscribers? But overall, thank you so much for the support. I mean, yeah, even the views and stuff have been going up like the past few weeks. So yeah, thank you so much for the support. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Talk about the Champions League, the champions. So yeah, let's get right into it. Let's start off with the main game, Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Of course, we saw this last season with the huge shock in the second leg of the semifinals between the same two teams in the same matchup. Real Madrid, Man City at the Santiago Bernabeu in the second leg. 99% chance Man City were going to go and win, and a 1% chance for Real Madrid. But then Rodrigo himself came back in the last 5 minutes to score 2 goals. They were 2 goals down, tie it, go to extra time. Benzema scoring his penalty and Real Madrid going to the final. Guys, 1-1 in the first leg this year. Now, I don't know. Would I say one team dominated than the other? If I had to choose, I feel like Real Madrid did like slightly over dominate. Like they did better than Man City. For sure, Man City had a spectacular game. I think they dominated in the midfield. They really did well in the midfield. But I think like Real Madrid's like just their defense, like and also their attack was so good. Vinny and stuff. I want to kind of go into it in depth about each player. Let's start off with Man City. Starting off with Ederson. I think he had a spectacular game. I mean, yes, that one goal, that rocket by Vinny, will get there eventually. But like other than that, I feel like like the way that Man City plays well, the way that they're able to play at the back, like do a pass and go game from the back, a build-up play from the back, and of course Ederson being that Brazilian, he has a Brazilian flair to him, the Brazilian effect. He's able to do that. He's able to hold the ball, play on the ball to his feet very, very well. He's able to play from the back well. So I think that is the main reason why like Ederson is so good in this Man City system, playing from the back. And then yeah, even saving the shots, like he was good at his reflexes, saving with his feet. He did it multiple times, like getting those like reflexes, like Benzema going near post, he can read it, his reflexes, gets it quick and fast. So yeah, well played by Ederson. Kyle Walker. Now this guy is someone we have to talk about, because this guy, Vinny, man, he was on lockdown. I know Vinny was probably man of the match, but even with Vinny being man of the match, like I think Kyle Walker still played well. Like Kyle Walker against Madrid. If you take a look, so won more duels than any other Man City players against Real. 8 duels he won, made more tackles and more clearances than any other Man City defender. Like, bro, that is pretty crazy. 6 tackles against Real Madrid, the joint most he has ever made in it. Like that is pretty crazy. Was always going to have a busy evening. Of course, it's Vinny Jr. Like, I know Vinny was probably the man of the match, but even with how good Vinny was, like, you can't say, oh, Walker got cooked, because I think he was probably the best defender on that Man City team. He did his job well. Like, Vinny did get past him sometimes, but that's just football. Like, you're not gonna win every single battle. But like, I think I think if Man City were to play someone like a Kanji, a Ruben Dias, a John Stones, I don't think they would be able to stop Vinicius Jr. So I think yes, even though Vinny cooked, I don't think a replacement for Kyle Walker would have done any better. So well played by Kyle Walker. Ruben Dias, I know he's a brilliant defender. And yes, he is a bit slow, like, compared to Vinny, Rodrigo, Camavinga, Valverde especially. But I think the way that, as I said, the way that he, like, his defensive awareness, his ability to read the play, to drop back quicker, to move into a position where he can get there fast. He is also tall as well. It's kind of like Van Dijk. If you see Vinny going down the wing, you're not gonna go to Vinny directly like this. He's gonna just sprint right past you. You're gonna start going into the direction that he's going towards. You get what I mean? Kind of into this area, not straight to him. So, like, as a defender, he's able. Yes, he's slow, and that's mainly for slower defenders. I think for all defenders, but mainly for slower defenders, like Van Dijk, like Ruben Dias, like maybe Marquinhos or Sergio Ramos. You can say they like, yes, they might be slower compared to players like Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Valverde, Marcus Rashford, and like all that, Rafael Leao. However, their defensive awareness, the way they're able to outplay defensively, to kind of like to kind of compensate for their speed against these types of fast players, does really well. So Ruben Dias, a captain as well, a leader, bro. The art of defending. I think it was against, who was it against? Bayern Munich, man. This guy on this left side here, just blocking Coleman, man. He was like everywhere on Coleman, on Davies and stuff. Like, what a defender, Ruben Dias. Akanji, nothing really much to talk about him. Same with John Stones and Rodri. But let's go to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva against Bayern, man. He really caught my attention as probably one of the best best attacking players for Man City in that game against Bayern, in both legs against Bayern. But against Real Madrid, he didn't really catch my attention. I think he still had a few good dribbles, but man, David Alaba, Rudiger just locking down that back line. Kevin De Bruyne, I think he was the best player on that Man City team for sure. He had all the he had I'd say at least half of the attempts that Man City had were shot by Kevin De Bruyne. Eventually, he got his shot. Gundogan, man, I think Gundogan is such an underrated. He fits the Man City system so well. I think he did get fouled once, and I think it was a really bad foul. Like, I think it was a more like Toni Kroos, man. He should have gotten a red. Grealish as well. I think, like, I feel like not many people talk about Grealish, especially this season. Last season, I think he came to City last season. Last season he was a bit of a flop, a slight flop. But I think this season he's proved himself that he's able to dribble down those wings. He's able to cut inside, play that passing game. I think at Aston Villa they don't really play that passing game. Now they do under Luis Enrique. I don't know if he's still at Aston Villa anymore. But now I think Grealish he's played so well in that, the Pep effect, man. It's the Pep Guardiola effect. But you don't really see these English players playing the way that, like, Grealish does, the way that John Stones does. This pass and go game, this tiki-taka pass, move the ball around. So I think Jack Grealish, the reason why I really prefer Jack Grealish a lot, the reason why he really catches my attention this season overall is because of the way he plays, the way he dribbles down the line. Very similar to Vinny, like an English Vinny, you can say. He goes down the line, he cuts back, does a pass and goal game, crosses into the box to Haaland. Just brilliant. As I said, Gundogan, man, the way he's able to control the ball physically, to pass the ball, move the ball around. He sees, he does a step over, reverse step over, to kind of switch his direction, pass back into the midfield, and then go for the shot. And like same with Kevin De Bruyne, the way he's able to win the ball back, his height, his physicality, I think all compensates for that. His passing, of course, we know all season. His assists, he just sends through balls into Haaland, and then Haaland just a goal scoring machine. I think Haaland today probably had one of his not as good games, especially in the Champions League and what we've seen before, because of Rudiger and Alaba. Overall, guys, I think this Man City team, like Ederson, I'd rate like an 8 or 8.5 out of 10. Walker, I think a 9, 9.2 out of 10. Ruben Dias, I think a 9 out of 10. Akanji, I didn't really watch any Akanji, Rodri, or John Stones a lot. They didn't really catch my attention, but I'll give like a 7.8 for all three of them. I'd say I didn't really like they didn't really like catch my attention. Bernardo Silva, compared to the Bayern game, I think I'll give it like a 7 or an 8-ish, a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Kevin De Bruyne, as I said, the best player for Man City on that field. I think like a 9.3, 9.4 out of 10. Gundogan, I think like an easy 9, a 9, or like an 8.9 out of 10. Jack Grealish, I think a good like an 8.8, 8.7 out of 10. And then Erling Haaland, probably one of his worst games because of Rudiger and Alba lockdown mode. I think I'm going to be giving like a 8, maybe even less, like a 7.7, 7.6 out of 10 for Erling Haaland. Now, overall for Man City, I think that, I think they still had a spectacular game. I think, though, that Real Madrid definitely dominated. Let's go take a look at this Real Madrid team. Thibaut Courtois, of course, this guy's reflexes, man. The way he's able to use his feet, his legs, to save like every angle, every shot was just amazing. And I think overall he's probably the best goalkeeper this season in any league in the whole world this season. I think he's the best goalkeeper. I know I said like in La Liga, like not in La Liga. I think we will say that. I think he's still a great goalkeeper in La Liga. I think personally for me, Ter Stegen has had a bigger impact on that Barca team than Courtois did on Real Madrid. You get what I mean? I think Real Madrid, like Courtois, has still, I think he's same level, but the impact-wise, like Courtois has stayed the same great impact that he had last season. One of the best goalkeepers in the world. But this is Courtois last season, and this is Ter Stegen. But then this is still Courtois this season, but then this is Ter Stegen this season. So I think this for me, like when you get better at something and not stay good at something, kind of like maybe like makes him more aware. That's why I'd say like, oh, like as a season, like this is one of his better seasons. I have to give an award to him instead, because like yes, Courtois is consistent, but like he's had like a really booster season. That's why like he looks more like an improved player, and therefore like a better player. But like still, man, Courtois overall like a crazy player. Dani Carvajal, I think he should have had like a yellow, maybe a red as well, but yeah, I think Jack Grealish, man. I really think like Jack Grealish really I think he really outburnt Dani Carvajal, man. I think it's time for Carvajal, bro. It's time for him to leave, man. It's time for Real Madrid to get a new right back. I don't know what they're doing with. Apparently they want to get Jude Bellingham and maybe try to go for another Kylian Mbappe Sega again. Like what am I listening, bro? Jude Bellingham plus another Kylian Mbappe Sega. Like, man, just go for a right back, man. You need a right back. Clearly, after this game, you can tell Dani Carvajal needed a replacement. I think Valverde is a great replacement. That's why Valverde always plays on this right to support Carvajal. But I think overall, you still need a full replacement right back. Rudiger and Alaba, bro. I think Rudiger, this guy was inside. He was inside of Erling Haaland, bro. He's laying his head on his shoulder. He's under his arm, bro. Like this guy was literally on top. He was like touching he was touching Erling Haaland. He was on him. He was like, oh, I'm gonna push you out of the way, and all this stuff. He was ready to I don't know, to do some boxing and shit out there. But like man, this guy was on Haaland. He marked Haaland so good, And that's why I said Haaland had no chance this game, because of how good Rudiger, and not just Rudiger, I think David Alaba as well. The way he's able to play from the back, a leader, a captain. I always say this. I said this the whole season. I feel like not many people kind of rate Alaba, but I feel like after Real Madrid lost both Varane and Ramos, everyone thought, oh, they might be screwed. Like after the whole Ramos era, Real Madrid's best defender of all time, Varane as well, that duo partnership. I know Varane kind of fell off, but still, like losing him last year, losing both their two main starter center backs, like last season or 2 seasons ago. Alaba came in, they won the Champions League. He killed it in the back line. He's still killing it this season with Madrid and Rudiger as well, especially. I really just think like I feel like he's a great signing, and people just he's a great replacement signing. Like when Ramos and Varane both left in the same season, two key center backs for Real Madrid, I feel like everybody thought, oh, it's over. And now people are kind of sleeping on, oh, Alaba, he replaced Real Madrid center back really, really well. And I mean, he knows how to win. He's a leader at Bayern Munich. But, like, he's not getting enough respect that he should be getting after replacing Ramos and Varane and, like, doing it as a really good high-level job. I mean, when you're at Real Madrid, you have to be at a high-level job, but you get what I mean. Camavinga, I mean, this guy extraordinary. I think for me, he was probably the man of the. Actually, no, Vinny was the man of the match. Then I'll give it to KDB. Then Camavinga was like the third place for man of the match rating. But this guy, yes, he doesn't like to play left back, but he's so good at left back. He's so good playing from the back, doing the passing to Modric, making that run in behind. On the ball, he's spectacular, going up. And then like his way to intercept the ball down the wing, brilliant. Valverde, brilliant. Cruz, Modric, nothing really much to say there. Rodrigo, Benzema was a bit of a ghost as well, similar to Erling Haaland. I think Ruben Dias like really marked him well. And then Vinicius Jr., the way he's able to run down the wing, do the skills, cut inside, make those runs, brilliant. I think Courtois, I'm gonna rate a good 9.2 out of 10. Danny Carvajal like a 7.3 out of 10. Rudiger and Alaba, I think Rudiger was slightly better than Alaba. I think Rudiger I'll give like a 9.2, 9.3 out of 10. Alaba I'll give like a 9.1 or a 9 out of 10. Camavinga I'll give like a 8.9 out of 10. Actually no, maybe like a higher, maybe like 9.3, 9.4 out of 10 you can say. Valverde like a 9.1, 8.9, 8.8 out of 10. Cruz I think Cruz was like a 8.7, maybe lower, 8.3 out of 10. Luka Modric 8.5, 8.6 out of 10. Rodrigo 8.6 out of 10. Benzema like a 7.9, 8.1 out of 10. Vinicius Jr. like a 9.6 out of 10, 9.7 out of 10. Great games for everyone on this Real Madrid team. As I said, they dominated. Let's quickly talk about the 2 goals for both teams. Vinicius Jr., as I said, the way that Camavinga is able to play from the back, pass to Modric, make that run across. Modric turns around, does a 1-2 with Luka Modric, and then Camavinga. All this open space against John Stones and Bernardo Silva. He runs through. Vinicius Jr. is making the run into the inside here. He passed to Vinicius, and Vinicius with the absolute rocker into the back of the net, a rocket into the back of the net. And then for Kevin De Bruyne, now this one is a bit controversial because it was over here, the ball goes out, but Bernardo Silva hit it in, off by literally a millimeter, literally like a very small margin. And it looked like after the game, like it looked like somebody like posted a video. Now, to be fair, in the Champions League, like there's no technology like they had in the World Cup. So how are people saying, "Oh, that's out"? How do they know it? It's not official VAR. Official VAR didn't post that. It was someone who like got it anywhere from somewhere. Now, even though it was out, let's say, even if it was out, it rebounded back to Real Madrid. And Real Madrid, Camavinga, they tried to play on. They tried to pass into the midfield. Unfortunately, Camavinga, with the sloppy pass into the midfield to Toni Kroos, loses them the ball. and then it goes to Gundogan. Gundogan does a reverse step over to come back. Look, he switches directions to Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne with the screamer outside the goal past Courtois. As I said, yes, it could if it was out. Like in the first place, one, it wasn't official VAR who released the video. Two, if it was, like, they don't have the technology that they did in the World Cup. I don't know how they're gonna get that angle, that small, like that small call from cameras, man. They have to have something in the ball, like something very smart and stuff. They don't have this World Cup technology. And then two, even if it was out, since it rebounded back to Madrid, Madrid played on as well. They didn't like call for an out, a throw in. They played on. They played on with the game. Yes, they argued it was out, but they still played on, even though they argued it was out. The ref didn't call out. It went back to them, and they didn't argue anymore. They played on. Unfortunately, they played on and they lost the ball. Quickly lost the ball. So, if it was out, went back, it was kept in by Bernardo Silva, like kept in, but like out, kept out, like went out by margin, by a very slight margin, but no one saw good enough, like in that time. Went back to, like, Man City still kept possession and then went in. Then I think the goal might have been cancelled, but since Madrid played on, like, it makes it even worse. So yeah, that is Madrid Man City game right there. We go on to talk about Inter Milan versus AC Milan, guys. I was very surprised. Rafael Leao, of course, injured, but even then, like, I was really surprised by the way that not only AC Milan played like pretty sloppy, but Inter Milan, very surprised by their attack. Really, really well played. I think what I did notice is that Milan played a bit too fast and attacking. A lot of the time you have Giroud, Benacer, Salesmaker, who's this guy? What's his name? I forgot his first name. Brahim Diaz, and then Krunic. I think a lot of the time you really see that, like, you have all these 5 people attack. That leaves like 4 people. Like, even you see Calabria and Theo Hernandez going up as well, like as attacking fullbacks. You're left with very few, like a very open space in the back line. They lose the ball really, really easily, and then you just see Inter Milan. They move the ball well down the wings. I think Dumfries played really well down the wing there. Even DiMarco, Dzeko, Lautaro Martinez, for how bad he is, he probably had a really good game. I feel like, in my opinion, the first goal off of the corner, I believe, it was a really good, well touched by Edin Dzeko, man, the Man City legend, not legend, but like the former Man City player. Really good touch behind. Tomori is marking him, but doesn't mark him well enough because he gets his leg behind. He gets his leg behind him, gets the ball top right. Really good touch behind Tomori as well. And then Mkhitaryan as well is off. They get the ball back. Dzeko to Mkhitaryan into the back of the net. There was also another time, I think it was DeMarco or like Çalhanoğlu in the 15th minute. What goal? Yeah, 11 minutes. Only a few minutes later, they had a chance. Almost a screamer. It hit the bar, unfortunately. But also there was a penalty, almost a penalty for Lautaro Martinez, but it looked like it was a dive or something, so the penalty wasn't given. But overall, yeah, I think like the way that AC Milan played, they played a bit too fast, and because of them playing a bit, not only playing fast but also offensively fast, they full sent the attack, and then they quickly lost possession. And because they already full sent the attack, they had no one in defense. They didn't really. It was open in defense because they thought, oh, they're on an attack. Lose the ball, open defense, everyone in attack, and then a quick counter attack by Inter Milan. Dzeko, man, he was a brilliant player. Lautaro Martinez, the way he was able to get the ball, control it well, kind of like drop back. You did notice he would drop back a bit to play into the Dumfries down the wing to Dzeko as well. You can for sure see that, kind of like a Griezmann, you can say. Kind of reminded me of Griezmann, an attacker, a striker who kind of drops back to allow his teammates to go forward. And then, like, yeah, overall, yeah, nothing. Onana, man, I want to talk about Onana. And Mike Mignon, yes, he's a great goalkeeper. The reflexes he's able to make, like, there's a guy in front of him, his own AC Milan teammate. They shoot, it goes past the AC Milan teammate, but he's still able to block it. That's pretty crazy. How is he supposed to know if his teammates in front of him is questionable, and then he's still able to block it? Is even more insane. But Onana, man, rumors that he wants that United are gonna sign him or something. But Onana, bro, he's such a good keeper. Plays well from the back. The way he was able to block the balls with his feet, and he's good on the ball in his feet as well. Very similar to like a not like a Ederson, but like he's good on the ball in his feet, playing from the back, playing that pass from the back game. And that's why United need him, because he played at Ajax under Erik ten Hag. He's good at the back, and the way that Erik ten Hag plays is he plays from the back. David De Gea lets in the worst goals I've seen this season by David De Gea. He lets in yes, he has good he saves the craziest stuff, but he can't save the worst the worst chance goals. And then he's so bad at playing from the back, and United are a team who play from the back. Onana, he's good at playing from the back. He played under Erik ten Hag. He's great. He's good at goalkeeping. He's good at everything. He's doing it, man. He's a good keeper. I think he really deserved a shout. I think that I think AC Milan had some good chances with Benacer, Brahim Diaz, and then who was it? I think it was Junior Messias. They had some good opportunities, but Onana, bro, he was too good. But yeah, nothing much to really talk about here. It was mainly the Real Madrid game, but my predictions I think we'll talk about this again on the next episode, but just in case we don't, I think my predictions, guys, I think Inter are going to win it. They are home. Yes, they both played the San Siro, but I think the fans are going to be it's mainly going to be Inter fans, because I think they only sell tickets for Inter fans. I don't think AC Milan fans are allowed to buy tickets because of the rivalry and stuff. So Inter are technically home in terms of fans. 2-0 on aggregate. I think Inter will easily win that. And then Man City, Madrid. Man City are at home, but I mean they have no fans, so is it really a fan difference, a fan booster? That is a tough one. That is a very tough one. I know for sure Pep is gonna do something up his sleeve to counter the Rudiger and Alaba from marking Erling Haaland. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna do something. Do I see Man City winning, or do I see Madrid? Because that is a very tough one. I think I see Real Madrid winning, man. After the way that Man City played in the first leg, I expected a lot from Madrid, or from Man City. With how good Madrid are, the best team in the world, I expected more from Man City. Even though they're a good team, even though Madrid are a good team, fair play, it's hard to beat a good team like Real Madrid. But I still expected more from Man City. So I think for that reason, Madrid really did well to stop Man City with this god Man City team. Everyone was saying, "Oh, Man City or this god squad is a different season with Erling Haaland, bro." I don't know, man. Yeah, I think Real Madrid are gonna go through. I think we could see an Inter Milan versus Real Madrid final, and I think Madrid are gonna go back to back. I think that's my prediction right there, guys. Inter Milan beat Milan because they're technically at home with a 2-0 aggregate. I expected more from this God Squad Man City team. Only drew 1-1 to Madrid. I know the home game could be different because last year Madrid were home in the second leg. But honestly, it's Real Madrid. Does it really matter where they play? No. So I think it's gonna be Madrid winning this. I think I'm gonna confidently say Madrid win this because I know Madrid are the best team in the world. With everyone saying, "Oh, Man City, the God Squad are gonna swipe Madrid," it didn't look like Madrid. Honestly, I mentioned Madrid did look like they were the better team in that first leg. So, as I said, we're gonna have to see is the home game gonna be the effect for Man City in the second leg, or Is Madrid gonna just do it like they always do? The passion, the heritage, man. Heritage football. Just before we go off to the Europa League, I just want to mention this Inter. Yes, I think Inter are easily gonna go through. I will mention though, this Inter team really reminds me. When was it? Was it 2011? When did Inter Milan? No, I think it was like 20. Let's check. 2010. It was 2010. Like this team really reminds me of this run to the final for Inter Milan really reminds me of this 2010. Because if you take a look at 2010, if you take a look at this lineup, just take a look at this lineup, you will see a lot of this Inter team were pretty old, and it's very similar to this year. You have players like Edin Dzeko, like you have players like Lakaka, Edin Dzeko, Bastoni. Let's take a look. Like, who was the lineup here? Who was the lineup? There's Dzeko, Mkhitaryan, Serbi, Bastoni, Lukaku. Is Brozovic old? I don't think he's that old. Not quite sure. Guzins, as I like to say, Handanovic. If you take a look at this 09 team, you have the same thing here. Like look at the lineup. Substitutes. It says substitutes, but like, can I? Oh, here. You take a look here. You have Milito. How old is Milito now? Oh my goodness, my computer, man, is gonna be frozen for years. If we take a look, Diego, I think it's Diego Milito. Diego Milito is now 43 years old. He was 30 years old in this game. Pandev, how old is Pandev? 39. He was pretty young, 27, 26 years old. Schneider was pretty young. Eto, 42 years old. He was 29 in that game. You have people like Zanetti. I think he's pretty old. Julius Caesar, Lucio. Like, like, what I'm trying to say here is, like, after this final, after this year they won the final, they had a lot of old players left right after, and then the downfall for Inter started to happen. Probably Diego. Yeah, this was the season Diego Milito, man. He should have won the Ballon d'Or, bro. Won the Champions League. I think they won the Serie A as well. I think I think he was. Yeah, man. He was cooking. Look at this, man. He was cooking, bro. Did you see him cooking right there, bro? Schneider right there. But did you see him cooking, bro? What a goal there. But the second one, bro. Look at him cooking, bro. Look at him cooking a bit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. I think this is Diego Milito's, bro. I think this is one of his best seasons. Scored 2 goals in the final against Bayern. I think they won the Serie A as well. And I think they won 3 titles. I think they won the Super Copa as well. Like the second. Yeah, of course, Zanetti, of course. Argentine legend. But like, I think, man, I feel like it's very similar. Like, where they have an old team, and I feel like Inter might after the season, I feel like they might start to sell a lot of players. Onana, he might leave, and if Onana leaves, I don't know if Handanovic is the best replacement because he's also pretty old. I think they're gonna have to get a new center back because they're gonna be losing. We're gonna be signing Milan Skriniar from Inter Milan, losing a center back. They're gonna have to buy another center back. Çalhanoğlu, like Edin Dzeko, he's getting pretty old. Mkhitaryan as well. How old is Mkhitaryan? Mkhitaryan. 34 years old. So pretty, not that old, but like getting to his age. He's getting there. He's getting there in the next 1-2 years. So like it's kind of the same situation as 2010. Like, oh, like they had a great season, but then like the downfall is gonna be coming in. A lot of these old players are gonna be leaving the club. They're gonna have to sign some new players. So I just had to mention that as well. Let's go ahead and talk about the Europa League. Didn't watch much of the Europa League. I watched a bit of the Sevilla versus Juve game. Not I didn't watch the Roma Leverkusen game. But this right here, guys, is Heritage Passion FC. Heritage Passion match. Bro, I'm a Heritage Passion merchant, bro. I really love this game. I watched a bit of the game and then I watched the highlights, and man, I was even in love with the highlights. The way that both teams played, the tiki-taka, the pass, the way they moved the ball. Really, I love the way they moved the ball, the way they played, the pass and go game. I think both Sevilla and Juve. I think Juve had some really good chances, just couldn't finish good enough. Out wide to Kostic, Di Maria, Rabiot. They played really well in this Rabiot, like the Rabiot to Di Maria, and it's Kostic to Rabiot. Kostic makes that run. Rabiot to Di Maria, Di Maria to Kostic. The way they were able to play like that. Locatelli to Rabiot to Kostic. He sees Kostic making that run down the wing, with Mierti here as well. Bonucci, yes, he's getting old, but he's still a really good center back, a captain in that back line. Danilo, probably one of his best seasons at Juve. Alexandro as well. The way that they played, the pass and go, the movement they were able to play, really enthusiastic. I was in love with the way that they played the pass and go, heritage football, pass and go, like the Spanish pass and go, man, pass and go, tiki taka, passion, heritage. Wow, what a passion, heritage. Pass and go merchant I am, bro. Literally, just fluid football. I just want to play fluid football, man. When I play FIFA, fluid football. Real Madrid, Barcelona prime football, man. Pass and go. Pep Guardiola football right there. Same with Sevilla, bro. Sevilla. Like, the goal that they played, man. The goal they had, brilliant. Jesus Navas to Fernando. Fernando to, I think it was to Oliver. He does with his foot. He hits it with his right foot, up down the wings, goes right, a beautiful over the top through ball into, I think it's Lucas, bro. What am I saying? Lucas Ocampos. I thought he was at Ajax, but I think he's back from loan. But yeah, and then it's Ocampos who sends it into he sends it, instead of a cross, he sends it backwards because all the Juve players are going into the box, into the goalkeeper box here, into the 6-yard box. So he sees all this space is open because the defenders are here. He passes it here, and then En-Nesyri, not the Man City En-Nesyri, by the way. This is a different one. And I'm pretty sure that guy's retired as well. Although they are both Moroccan as well. That's pretty hilarious. Are they related? I wonder if they're related. Is En-Nesyri related to... Does not say here, but wouldn't it? Or maybe I was thinking of some En-Nesyri. Maybe it was someone else, but I know who's Moroccan, had the same, very similar to this guy here. Overall, guys, yeah, En-Nesyri. I think they had a really he had some really good runs, and even at the World Cup, bro. This guy was cooking, bro. He had some over the top through balls in, the way that just overall the pass and go game, and then at the end of the game, it was a corner in, cross, headed out wide over here. Pogba header over Bonu into the box, and didn't go in. But then it was someone else who, I think it was Milik or Gatti who headers it in before Bonu got from this side of the box to this side. Really unlucky for Sevilla in that 90th minute, but they are going to be home in the next game in Sevilla. So in Seville, so should be pretty interesting. I hope that Sevilla win. I like it. Honestly, Juve, man, I think they had a pretty good season. They had a rough season, but they I think they still, like, the way that they play, the way that they were able to prove that to everyone, like, oh, we're still up there as a good team. The way they were able to stabilize back, really good. Guys, I think that's gonna end off the episode. Let's end it off with a footy tic-tac-toe. Hopefully my ball knowledge doesn't kick in. This website is pretty sus as well. Like, there's a lot of ads, so hopefully we do not get any ads, and hopefully the game loads as well. That is a problem. Oh, nice. Okay, Boca Juniors, get me out of there. I do not want to do Boca Juniors. Please don't make me do Boca Juniors. Okay, this is good. Okay, so let's start it off. Olympique Lyon and Paris Saint-Germain. Negative ball knowledge incoming, guys. Negative ball knowledge. Olympique Lyon and Paris Saint-Germain. Everton PSG, bro. Oh my negative ball knowledge, guys. My negative ball knowledge. You might have to change it, guys. Okay, no, not River Plate, man. My negative ball. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Ajax Sevilla. That is gonna be Lucas Campos. Ocampos. I think it's Ocampos. Over here. Under 25 and Sevilla. We're gonna go with the Brian Gill. Then Champions League and Sevilla. Champions League and Rakitic with Barca. And then Ajax and Liverpool. We're gonna be going with a Luis Suarez. And then under 25, we're gonna be going with a Carvalho. Ricardo Carvalho, not Fabio. No, bro, Ricardo Carvalho is the old center back in the Premier League. William Carvalho? Brother, what the hell is his name? Let's just go with the Harvey Elliott, bro. Let's just go with the Harvey Elliott. Champions League, Liverpool. We're just gonna go with the Salah. Mohamed Salah. Villarreal, Champions League. Villarreal, Champions League. Villarreal, Champions League. Let's take a guess here. Let's think real quick. No clue. Have absolute no clue. We'll come back to that. Under 25, Villarreal is Pau Torres. I think Pau Torres, the center back, is under 25. Not under 25. Yeah, Villarreal's gonna kill me. Let's try one more and test their ball knowledge. No, let's change it up. Get Ajax out of here. Okay, this is pretty interesting. Italy, Inter Milan. We'll go with Darmian. Roma, Inter. We'll just go with El Shaarawy, the Rats, the FIFA Rat. Atalanta, Roma. Did Papu Gomez, did he play for... I thought did El Shar not play for Atalanta? Because he didn't. United, Roma. What's his name? Matic. Nemanja Matic. Inter and United, Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku. Italy World Cup, we'll just go with Cannavaro. how do you spell this guy's name? Cannavaro. There's two N's. Cannavaro. Fabio Cannavaro. United World Cup. Go with Paul Pogba. I said Paul, man. Atlanta, bro. My negative ball knowledge kicking in again. Atlanta did Papu Gomez. Was he in the squad? Yes, he did. He played for Atlanta, I know, but wasn't sure if he was in the World Cup squad for Argentina. Roma, Atalanta, Inter Milan, Roma, Atalanta, Roma, Inter Milan. Negative. Let's do one more. These are fun, guys. Test my ball knowledge. You guys will see my negative football ball knowledge. Look at me skipping through this a bunch of times to get a good one. Let's try this one. Last but not least. Inter and then Spurs World Cup. We'll go with Christian Romero. Argentina World Cup. We'll go with Christian Romero. Nah, we'll go with a different one. We'll go with Hugo Lloris. Brother, what? Argentina, bro. I'm clicking on. Oh my god. Let's just go to Christian. Let's just go with Messi. Lionel Messi. And we'll go with Lautaro Martinez. Argentina Sporting. No, Di Maria played for Benfica. Negative ball knowledge, guys. Benfica. Ooh, Monaco. I kind of want to try Monaco. Let's try this. Last one. So let's go here. Liverpool, Benfica. We're going to go with the best striker in the history of the sport, Darwin Nunez. Monaco. Oh, Monaco, Benfica, man. Negative ball knowledge, guys. Anyways, that's going to go off the end of the episode. Champions League and Europa League right there. Gave my predictions and in my post-match talks. Next episode, Sunday or Monday, we're going to be talking about weekend games, match day games. Plus, we're going to be talking about some football news. For now, stay happy, stay positive, and I'll see you later. Peace. Have a good one.